like with, I'm not gonna call short people out, but people that aren't very,
The short man
short man
complex.
complex.
Yeah.
You know, where you'll see somebody little pull up in the biggest truck you ever seen in your
Yeah.
life, and you're like, what is going on here? And they could barely even jump in and out of that damn thing, climbing up
Yeah.
onto the damn car. And that I feel like is an obvious case sometimes of, you know, that. But do you think that, do you think there's other oral or other correlations like this, or do you think this is unethical in any way by, you know, them trying to do this and find this connection, or is this something
I
that,
think people overcompensate.
yeah, you think it's
It has
just
nothing to do with cars.
yeah,
It has to do with feeling inadequate.
Insecurities.
And I think instead of impugning the people for feeling that way, let's impugn the world that created people that feel that way.
the cause,
We have a certain view of people, if they're short or if they're dark or if they're
Yeah.
light
Or
or
if
if
they're driving a certain
if they
car.
have a small penis or you know or she's heavy. We do this to people,
Yeah.
and then we're surprised that they have dysfunctional outcomes and consequences. We overcompensate when we feel inadequate.
Yeah.
Why are we producing people who feel that way? When every human being brings to the table something that is truly unique and special, and instead of celebrating each other, we've been taught to critique, criticize, and condemn each other.
that's very true, and that's a
Agreed.
problem I have. That's one of my biggest pet peeves, honestly.
What?
People doing that when you got somebody that you know probably is sensitive to something that you're probably going to speak on about them, and it comes off as criticism instead of, you know, constructive criticism even at times, or praise, or celebrating the positive things about them, and people just focus on the negatives. That just bothers me because it's a lack of emotional intelligence in my eyes. We talked about this on another episode. People just don't care about how they making other people feel, you know, when they say things without thinking about how it might affect the person that they're saying it to. And, you know, I see a lot of situations where people focus on all of the negative things somebody, you know, may do when the positives that they do outweigh that.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just like, why are we focused on, you know, even if it is just one negative thing, it doesn't even have to be a lot of things. It could be one thing that they feel is negative in their opinion. And the media does this, a lot of, you know, social media does this.
Yeah.
It ends up being highlighted, the negative thing, as opposed to all of the good things that, you know, could come out of this same exact scenario or person. And that is one of my biggest pet peeves, because I look at those situations and I could clearly see, I'm always looking at the glass being half full. I'm always looking at the brighter side of things. So when I see this happen, I'm usually able to pick the positive out of it right away, but I'm looking at the story and I'm like, all they talking about is the negative.
Yeah. But that's the media.
Exactly. And that's why
They
it's
want to
fun.
pull off the negative, you know?
And we talked about this before, because people want to see that. People want to see conflict.
Yeah.
People want to see how people react.
They like
And,
drama.
Yeah, chaos.
Well, listen, let's not impugn the media, because what you're saying is true. But that's how we are as people.
Exactly. It's the nature.
You know, human beings, at least in this culture, are constructed in such a way that we are much more animated by somebody falling down than we are about somebody helping somebody who fell down get up.
Agreed.
It's what we've become.
You're more likely to take your phone out and laugh at the guy who slipped than, oh, look, she helped him up.
Absolutely.
Or to go over and help them up yourself.
That's not a moment we want to
Exactly.
capture.
Yeah.
You know, and so it goes back to what you're saying about the correlation between penises and cars. You know, it's just, if we lived in a world where people didn't have to overcompensate,
Yeah.
then we might not have to talk about stories like this.
No, I agree.
But outside of that, I also feel like, you know, with those people who are doing things like that, feeling insecure about this and feeling like they have to get this big car to compensate for that, I feel like they need to do more self-work, you know, because those insecurities scream. Like, I've dated someone who had a lot of money and it's like, oh, I got to talk about this, I got to talk about that. And it's like, your insecurities are screaming.
Yeah.
Like,
Tone
who
it
said
down.
anything about
Any of that.
your wife? Any of
Yeah.
that, you know, like people who are, I hate being around people who constantly brag or talk about what they have or this or that. It's like, I don't care. But it shows me how insecure you are and what you have going on. And I think that's something that people, it just shows like you need to keep doing self-work.
Yeah.
Because obviously you got some stuff you need to deal with.
Hey, everybody on the YouTube. Thank you for tuning in. If you like what you see, make sure you like and comment and share. Because we got to spread the joy, people. That's how it goes. See you next time.